Today on EA Sports. It's week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They go play action with Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And Burrow going to throw again. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a second down. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for Bengals TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
McPherson now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
From the 29, Lawrence. And a dump off here to Robinson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On third down, Lawrence. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too. Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle to puppies as well. Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now Lawrence.
Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Give him 4 on the carry. That'll make this a 3rd and about 2. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Lawrence to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Mixon with a first down and more. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon
with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. There's a nice move. There's Robinson showing the flash. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down, Lawrence. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. It's complete to Robinson. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. Final play of the half, it's Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. So we reach halftime. And all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. 2nd down at 4. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Rolling to his open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Joe Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, Mixon. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Burrow on play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Precision, precision, precision. That's the definition of it right there. Great pass, great catch for the score.
Yeah, people talk about arm strength all the time. Well, if you're not precise and you're not accurate, the arm strength really doesn't matter. We saw a little bit of everything with that throw.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On second down now, it's Robinson. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Lawrence to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now.
And very little issue in that one for the Washington football team, opening their lead a bit further.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
145 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Running left, it's Mixon. They find some open field here. And they will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Bengals open the lead up to 34-0. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off at the 35. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Here we go. Can. Shot. 11. Shot.
Now they go play action now. Burrow sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive.
Touchdown! Joe Mixon. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the give, McAllister with it. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Robinson. Shifts past him at the 45. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Mixon with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, 227 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. A handoff, running left, Mixon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Draw play. Here's McAllister. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's Lawrence.
And able to find Kirk complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On 2nd down, McAllister. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Lawrence. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. This is caught by Robinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the Bengals drive about to get going as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Big 13. 12.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. The losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.